1. Introduction. What stress really is. Stress is an intricate, multi-layered response of the human mind and body that occurs whenever a person perceives pressure, threat, uncertainty, or imbalance in any aspect of life. And while our brains evolved to handle acute, short-term physical dangers like predators or environmental hazards, in today's modern world, stress is overwhelmingly psychological and chronic, triggered by overthinking, high expectations, comparisons with others on social media, work or financial pressures, relationship conflicts, unresolved past traumas, fear of failure, perfectionism, lack of purpose, insecurity, toxic environments, excessive screen time, disrupted sleep, poor diet, lack of exercise, emotional suppression, and an overall sense of being out of control. 2. How stress activates your body and brain. When the brain interprets any situation as threatening, whether real or imagined, the amygdala activates and communicates with the hypothalamus to release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which trigger physiological responses such as rapid heartbeat, shallow breathing, muscle tension, digestive disturbances, headaches, fatigue, and heightened alertness, while simultaneously affecting neurological pathways by weakening the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for logical thinking, decision-making, emotional regulation, and planning, and strengthening the amygdala and limbic system, which are associated with fear, anxiety, and hypervigilance, resulting in a mental state where even minor challenges feel overwhelming. Focus is impaired, motivation declines, emotional resilience decreases, mood swings increase, and chronic worry or overthinking becomes almost automatic. 3. Hidden causes and triggers of chronic stress. The cycle of stress is further reinforced when unresolved childhood experiences, past traumas, negative self-beliefs, or unprocessed emotions are triggered by current situations, making individuals feel trapped, helpless, or emotionally fragile, and often leading to long-term consequences such as anxiety disorders, depression, weakened immune function, sleep disturbances, memory decline, hormonal imbalance, cardiovascular strain, and even behavioral issues such as irritability, procrastination, and self-sabotage. Chronic stress is triggered by dozens of silent factors including suppressed anger, unstable routines, lack of sleep, poor diet, toxic relationships, digital overstimulation, chaotic environments, unstable boundaries, and the constant pressure to meet unrealistic expectations. The psychological impact of stress becomes even stronger when a person carries emotional memories from childhood, like rejection, fear, criticism, neglect, comparison, or lack of validation, because the brain stores these experiences and reacts to adult situations using old emotional wounds, making small problems feel bigger and creating spirals of self-doubt, insecurity, and overthinking. Long-term stress physically reshapes the brain by weakening critical areas responsible for reasoning and logic, and strengthening those that react emotionally, creating a mental loop where the mind expects danger even when nothing is wrong. 5. How to rewire your brain and reduce stress. Despite the profound impact of stress on mental, emotional, and physical well-being, it is neither permanent nor unmanageable. Through consistent awareness and actionable strategies, the human brain can be rewired to reduce stress responses, restore balance, and cultivate resilience. Key techniques include mindful and controlled breathing exercises that signal safety to the nervous system, daily journaling or brain dump exercises to release mental clutter and organize thoughts, gratitude practices that shift focus from negative patterns to positive reinforcement, regular physical activity like walking, stretching, or yoga that releases stored tension and regulates hormone levels, proper sleep hygiene to restore cognitive function and normalize cortisol, reducing exposure to digital overstimulation and unnecessary social comparisons, adopting a nutritious diet that supports gut-brain health, setting firm personal boundaries to protect emotional energy, limiting interaction with toxic people or environments, practicing acceptance for situations beyond control, decluttering physical and mental space to enhance focus and calm, reprocessing emotions rather than suppressing them, spending time in nature or sunlight to stabilize mood, gradually detaching from negative thought loops and consistently reminding oneself that stress is a natural signal, not an enemy, but a messenger designed to indicate areas in life requiring attention, adjustment, or healing. G6. The transformation from stress to mental clarity. Over time, by following these strategies, the amygdala's overactivation diminishes. The prefrontal cortex regains strength. Emotional balance is restored. Cortisol and adrenaline levels normal.